Doom is back and more brutal than ever. This might just be the best yet from id and Bethesda. This video review was written and captured by our own video editor Ben, with the voiceover work provided by me, Scott. So get your shotgun and shield ready because you're in for one hellish journey. Doom the Dark Ages takes place as the first entry in the modern trilogy, taking place before both Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal respectively. Compared to the previous two entries, there are plenty of cutscenes in this game, and while some might think this breaks the action, I actually think it's a good blend of storytelling and ripping and tearing demons like they're made out of paper mache. But if you still want to experience the events during your fights, then the game easily does this during the gameplay. You can also see little things like communities of sentinels trying their hardest to combat the ever-flowing waves of demons, or people getting absolutely terrified of you when you get close. You'll hear them whisper and shuffle away in fear, and this gives you the understanding of how terrified even the sentinels feel about you. We won't be going into details about the story itself, as we want you to fully experience the game just like we did, with no spoilers. But let's just say you're going to be in for a ride. And if you're the most dedicated of fans surrounding Doom, then this game is going to be special. Now, let's discuss the most important thing: combat. If you're looking for a gore-tastic, brutal, and adrenaline-thrilling adventure, then you're in the right place. The team at id and Bethesda have done an absolutely incredible job with utilizing the weaponry and shield to help you in your battle of ripping demons apart. One criticism the game had was the change behind glory kills, and let me tell you, this new execution is perfect. The pace of the gameplay doesn't change by the sudden slowness of performing the action. They now feel more alive and more in rhythm as you kick the hell out of a Hell Knight before you go back to slaying enemies left, right, and center. The game has a kicker with its difficulty and reminds me of Doom Eternal's base game, as I know part 1 of the Ancient Gods just wanted to make me rip my hair out. Fortunately though, the Dark Ages has a healthy balance of making you feel like you've earned your survival, as you will need to constantly monitor your health while making you feel great at slaying wave after wave of demons with reasonable ease. Granted, we did play this on Hurt Me Plenty, but even on the second difficulty, you will still be given a challenge, which for a game like Doom, it's always appreciated to keep you on your toes, as you will never know what to expect. With this superb combat comes the absolute variation to your weapons arsenal. There are the absolute classics like the shotgun and the super shotgun, while there are some unique weapons in the game that provide a nice balance of how you want to play it. If you want to take a huge variety of enemies in one go, use the Skull Crusher and regain that ammo from the foes you've just taken down. Get creative and use your shotgun to heat up an enemy shield before throwing your own to make theirs explode. Or if you want to, just use your own body and jump from a certain height to cause a shockwave and leave your enemies in the dust. Speaking of the shield though, this addition completely changes the Doom formula, for the better. You immediately know the power that this has, as you block enemies' attacks, as the shield is able to take a few hits before it breaks temporarily. Or you can just select a more weaker demon and dash towards it while taking out a few more enemies, which is a great way of getting you out of a pickle if you're surrounded. As you progress, you'll unlock the Saw Shield, as this will give you the ability to throw your shield and cause additional damage while almost paralyzing them for a few seconds, which gives you the chance to add a few extra rounds in them before they can even move again. The shield adds a whole new dynamic to the game, and it is genuinely for the better. But I do have one thing that I have a love-hate relationship with, that is parrying. You're able to parry attacks that come as a green color, whether that is on foot as you are getting your fists full, or in the mech or dragon, which I will definitely get to soon. Parrying is great as it gives you the ability to temporarily stun your opponent and give you the opportunity to do a shield dash or throw your shield to cause some extra damage, but the timing is extremely tight, so keep that in mind. Now, before I get into the new ways that the Doomslayer has to destroy his foes, some little changes that I've noticed about the gameplay. First off, they have seemed to dramatically scale back on the parkour elements, like the climbing in Eternal. You don't need to worry about jumping from one wall to another, and it seems like the only thing you can do now is just simply climb up to the top. This change is one of those I have mixed feelings about. Part of me wishes that they kept the parkour elements in, as it helped expand the Doomslayer's movement, but at the same time, it's a loss that won't be grieved on much in my view. While this has been confirmed for a little while now, if you've been playing Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal in preparation for the Dark Ages, then just note that things like the double jump and dash haven't been transferred to this game. My muscle memory still kicks in that I need to dash to avoid an enemy's attack, and it's a shame that both have been removed, but the shield's capabilities does kind of make it worth them being removed. The parrying really helps make the good old game mechanics of gunning down demon after demon be transformed with a fresh coat of paint that both new players and veterans of the franchise can strongly appreciate. Right, let's get back to the goods. The mech makes you feel like the ultimate Doom Slayer. You can crush and destroy everything in sight, and having spars with absolute units that are the Titans is genuinely thrilling. You get that action-packed thrill of holy shit as you gun one down with just a machine gun on the beaches, but this feeling is on a whole new level of awesome. Yes, the gameplay feels ever so slightly slower compared to your typical adventure on foot, but who cares? You're in an enormous mech fighting demons that left you starstruck due to their sheer size when you saw them back in Doom Eternal. You know, after exiting the Hell Barge in the first level, and now you get the opportunity to finally fight them face to face and show them no mercy. This mechanic is absolutely amazing, and I know you guys are going to enjoy playing it as much as we did. The dragon, meanwhile, is completely contrast. The speed of this hellish beast is exactly what you were hoping for, as the combat is incredibly fast-paced, and it feels amazing to play and use. Flying in the skies trying to destroy the demon's defenses for a particular task feels incredible. Similar to the shield, both the mech and the dragon have the ability to dodge. I would say this is where my first flaw with the dragon would come into play, as once you destroy one enemy, you need to quickly adjust back into combat mode to do it again. Now, this could have just been me in the fast-paced environment and didn't realize while playing, but I do wish there was one option to quickly target or automatically target the next nearby enemy after defeating one. However, this is such a small suggestion and doesn't ruin the gameplay in the slightest, it's just my own personal preference. Now, after all this chat about the gameplay, let's talk about another important component in the Doom games, the music. This is the first game out of the modern Doom games to not be composed by Mick Gordon, but my god, has the team at Finishing Move done a stunning job. The music amplifies the urge to rip and tear until it's done, and really sells that Doom feel. Even when you're away from combat, the music sounds amazing, and they have absolutely nailed the Doom aesthetic that Mick Gordon composed for the first two games. And finally, the graphics. The game looks stunning, even though the PC I've been using is an RX 6600, which is the required / minimum GPU for the game. It still looks incredible. Just like the previous two Doom titles, they've managed to optimize the game really well, as I was getting a constant 60 FPS throughout my playthrough. Of course, there was the odd hiccup during the cutscenes when some objects took a while to load in, but this is genuinely far and few, and is more likely to do with my PC specs than the game itself. In conclusion, Doom the Dark Ages is absolutely perfect in every way, from its storytelling that introduces us yet to another thrilling chapter in the Doomslayer story, to the glorious feel of the gameplay thanks to the nice variety of weapons, with the bonus of a whole new mechanic that has just been done right with the shield. This is a game that I couldn't simply drop, and it kept me hooked wanting to play more and more. id and Bethesda have done it yet again, and they have produced another absolute masterpiece to add alongside the amazingly received Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. And I know that without a doubt in my mind that this game executed their formula perfectly and elevated it to a whole new level for first-person shooters. This game is an absolute solid 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like? And don't forget to subscribe for more content on your favorite games.